What's going on, fellow fish tank fanatics? We're going to do a pretty quick video of what I've got going on in the fish room. But first we're going to take a look at a tank that's not in the fish room. It is in the living room. Just my orange Secura shrimp tank. Been having issues, pH issues. Got in a new substrate today that I will be trying out. It's just a buffer. It's an active substrate. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, we'll go from there, but can only do as much as I can do. So either way, the few that are left in here are doing well. I did see babies the other day. I haven't seen them since. It seems like this tank is always a mess. When I change the substrate, it will be getting a rescape as well. I have some extra manzanita wood I think that I'll be putting in here just to add. I like this piece of Malaysian. It's almost too much for the tank, so we're changing that out, and we'll be changing a couple of the plants out. But speaking of which, tanks are kind of a mess right now, so if you see them, don't judge. They are a mess. I'm trying to ship out a bunch of plants to take a workload off of, like a trim load and a workload off one when the baby gets here, just because I won't have a ton of time to be working on the tanks, maintaining the tanks. Not having to trim the tanks makes a huge difference, so I'm trying to get rid of as much as I can beforehand, just to clear space out. But this 20 long, it's overgrown. The Java moss is, hopefully I'll get the rest of it sold. All these aquarium lilies I'm hoping to get sold. If you want any of them, let me know on here. This is what I still have left. If it's sold, I won't mention it. But Java moss and all of these lilies, they definitely need to go. And I'll probably be getting rid of quite a few more crypts once I thin what I've got down just a little bit more. So that's what's going on with that tank. It's doing good. I still love Odessa barbs. I think they're one of the coolest barbs. But up in the 15 rimless, got a ton of Pogostemon Helferi still. I got rid of 100 plants and cleared out this much. So I got a ton more. If you are looking for some, especially bulk quantities, not just I need 5, I need 10, let me know. We'll work something out, most definitely. But yeah, the only fish in this tank is my stunner here, which she will be getting moved hopefully Monday or Tuesday to the new tank. So I definitely have some work to do in here. Pulled those plants up yesterday, and I've already got a giant algae bloom. I disrupted the balance in here, so it's going to take a little bit. I got to go through and replant what I can, kind of pretty it up a little bit. I do think I'm going to change this tank up a little bit. I definitely will keep Pogostemon. I love Pogostemon. I really am enjoying this dwarf hairgrass, so it's fun. I like it. I like it a lot. And then fish-wise, I'll be changing the fish. Normally I don't keep fish in here. I want to keep fish in here. An angelfish is not the correct fish to keep in here. It's just for this circumstance. It was because I needed a quarantine tank. And this is all I had that was empty. So that's where she went. And I love that fish. I really hope that I can breed her. But either way, we'll see. That's what's going on with that tank. This tank is getting ready to get redone. It did have this giant red melon sword that was right here. And when I say giant, I don't even have it. The trash can lid was 2 feet by 2 feet, and the plant took the whole thing up and was hanging off the sides. It was that big. I'm glad I got rid of it, but at the same time, I'm like, dang, I grew that thing from 5 leaves, and the base of it was bigger than my hand, like this. So I don't know, that's 6 inches probably, bigger than that. So big. But either way, this will be getting a complete rescape. Needed to anyway. I needed to. I wanted to get rid of the Eco Complete, so I will be changing this out for sand, and then I will just have one more tank to change out to sand. And that's kind of where this whole fish room video is going, but that tank will be getting redone. 125 finally got planted up. All these plants will be going out Monday. They're gonna go bye-bye, which is good. That's a lot less plants I have to maintain. And then from there, it's just gonna be letting everything else kind of settle in and grow. But that angelfish I talked about will be going over here. All of these pepper cories that are in here, they will be getting moved to here. And then the select fish that I'm keeping from here will be getting moved. I do have breeding pepper cories in here. They'll be getting moved. And that's just all biological stuff for when I move them. That one's staying. My platinums are staying. It's hard to see their colors because the algae is so bad. The platinums are staying. My pearl scales are staying, so that one for sure is staying. I don't know about that marble. That male's staying. That male's staying. That male's staying. That pearl scale. There's one. That blue marble. So those will for sure be staying. The ones I am not keeping, they'll stay in here, and then I'll get them sold off hopefully here locally. And while those are waiting on being sold, I will probably move up babies and babies, move them into the 55 so that way they grow quicker. But mostly these babies, these guys are getting really close to passing quarantine. I still can't get internal parasites taken care of out of these guys. So it may be a little bit longer on them, but I do that one there. If that one passes away, I'm going to be pissed. But that one's always been a good eater and the biggest one in the tank, so not too worried about her or him. This one is the one I'm worried about. Even with Epsom salt super clogged up right now, kind of running into stuff. But everybody else in there looks fine and they're eating good. So we're going to do another metrodiazomal treatment and Epsom salt treatment on that tank, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, so those fish will be getting moved over. 10 gallons. These two 10 gallons are 10-gallon shrimp tanks. This tank crashed, and this tank is wanting to crash. So I ordered soil, the same active substrate soil that I will be using in the other shrimp tank, and I will be redoing these tanks. When I redo these tanks will be redone with the active substrate. This substrate from these tanks will be going into either this tank or this tank. And then these tanks also will be getting rid of their canister filters. I'll be ditching those. Not necessarily because I want to. I like canister filters. I think they're one of the better filtrations as far as water movement, quality, and quietness. But they do take maintenance, and my time is pretty valuable right now, so maintenance is not something I have a ton of. So I'm going to Hamburg Matten filters. I am running a Hamburg Matten filter on that tank, but I'm going to keep this tank set up. It does have active substrate in it. This tank will stay set up for now while I get these tanks set up and established, and then all the shrimp that are in there, Cardinas, will be moving into these tanks with the neocardias. So like these couple neocardias I have left from here will be going into here. This tank will be getting redone. This tank will sit for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, get a really good biofilm, and then all of the shrimp that are in this tank will get moved to here. And that tank will get cleaned out real good. These shrimp will move into it. This tank will get tore down and changed. These shrimp move back. Get it? Yeah, I know, it's confusing. But it's a long process, especially when you have multiple shrimp varieties that you don't want to intermingle. But it is what it is. I do like this tank. It's just, if I can combine my Gardenia and my Neocardia species, I will. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's just, that's one less tank I have to maintain, check water parameters on, that sort of thing. So, either way, yeah, I do like this tank though. And it is a mess. I did just pull out, I did have Balanzia that was over 20 inches hanging out, but that's my neon yellow tank. And it is doing good. I just feel like it's more work than it needs to be right now because I don't have an active substrate. So I'm gonna change it out, get it set up to do Gardenia species, and we'll go from there. That's what's going on with that. You just saw that one. We've seen all of these. Mommy and Daddy Tilapia, the dinner producers, and a couple of the babies of the babies. They're just hanging out in here now. Parents aren't killing them, so I'm just gonna let them stay. These guys are too small to go out in the aquaculture system, the 1,200 gallon aquaculture system outside, but they're just too little. They're gonna get picked on too much by the tilapia out there, but I don't have, it's too much work for me to throw them in a 10 gallon and set another 10 gallon up, so they're just hanging out in here. But either way, they're doing good. Not a big cichlid fan, but I'm a big cichlid fan. They're just stunners. They really are. I enjoy watching them. I'm gonna, for you guys. There's Daddy. He's pissed though. He just wants to breed. But yeah, so that's what's going on with them. And then the 240. Dun 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 dun. There's no tank that pisses me off more than the 240 and makes me as happy as the 240. Pisses me off because it's a glass 240. And I had a leak here. I got another leak here. I got another leak here. Leaking at the cross chute where the braces are in the middle. So it sucks. It is what it is. I think it has to do with humidity. It tends to only want to do it in the summertime. So it's happening and it sucks. Don't have the time to replace the 240, and I don't have the money to replace the 240, so I'm just going to deal with it for now. And then at the new house I will be building acrylic 240s. I'd rather deal with scratching a tank than a leaking tank of this size, but either way it's good. Mr. Sharky's just getting huge. He's over there just chilling. Silver scats, I'm thinking I want to get rid of, so that guy, and that guy. But yeah, other than that, I still love the 240. I like that it's kind of dark. But what I don't think I realize is how big the fish are. Like, they don't look that big. And then I come to Mr. Sharky, and I realize that this is 24 inches this side. He's a big fish. Oh, I don't even know how big he is, but he's a freaking giant. But yeah, oh, I guess you ate all the food, huh? I guess you ate quite a bit too. Fatties. Gonzo. But yeah, I still like it. And I'm like, oh man, my archer's not growing. And I realize he's growing. And these these baby sharks. Either way, I love the 240. I hate the 240. Just because it leaks. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's the fish room. I'm going to get to work. Start tearing this down. Probably do some dip treatments on the plants. I've got some algae issues. But we'll get it taken care of. It's all a slow process, right? We've got nothing but time, so I'll kill it in the fish room.